Hi everyone, I'm Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to this celebration of New York City school librarians. Librarians and libraries play such a critical role in students' lives. They help connect young minds to the books and stories that will shape them and to the resources that will help fuel their academic careers.
I know that for young children, access to a community library where support and encouragement from a school librarian can be life-changing. Education and independent reading have the power to uplift marginalized communities and empower our children. When we invest in librarians, we are investing in our children and their future opportunity.
There's currently about 1,850 public schools in the New York City Department of Ed, but there's only about 250 certified school librarians, and this really needs to change. We need to ensure that all students across New York City have access to the resources that will lead them to become thoughtful and informed citizens of our communities.
Okay, that all sounds truly really great. I mean, I was mostly just going to make a bunch of dumb jokes about late fees and stuff like that, but what you said sounds a whole lot more important.
The library is basically the place in the school where everybody is welcome. There's nothing there but shelves and shelves of dreams. There's nothing there but human beings who want you to access those dreams. What an amazing thing to think about, right? And what's more frightening to me is thinking about what happens if the kids walk by it or if they're not there like I did when I was younger.
I am a proud product of the New York City public school system. The Muslim students were embraced by our librarians. We would spend our time, instead of going to the lunchroom, in our libraries. And those became a safe sanctuary. We felt seen, and we also didn't feel judged. Every child in New York City deserves to have a library in their school, and of course, a librarian.
Libraries and librarians really are the nerve center of schools. I mean, what's better than a library? Who's better than a librarian?
It's somebody who is non-judgmental, who is not giving them a grade, but is open to helping them pursue their passions and empowering them to become full citizens and knowledgeable citizens of the world.
It's great because librarians are specifically trained in how to facilitate this kind of interdisciplinary inquiry. So it's such a shame when I hear about schools that have librarians that aren't programmed properly, or schools that don't have librarians at all, because the students are really missing out.
My scholars deserve a school library with a certified school librarian like myself, and so does every student in New York City schools. I absolutely love the work and support I provide for my scholars, my fellow teachers, and our families.
I like my school library because it's a safe space. I get to read and help out my school librarian. I really enjoy the trivia and when experts meet us, like authors or like video game experts.
What I like about my library is how I can help to organize events with my peers and other library volunteers, meeting new authors. My school librarian is always supportive of me and creates many opportunities for me.
There's nothing, and I mean this, more important to me than reading. I was always a pretty good reader, but the librarians, they encouraged. And it's so important to start our kids early and to have librarians in the school.
We ask for your support to help us continue this work to ensure that all students in New York City have access to a school library and a certified school librarian. And how can you do this? Educators, families, students, and community members, be a voice on behalf of school librarians. When we are not present for a conversation, it is important that you have the conversation for us.
And it is critical that we support our school librarians. They cannot fall victim to any budget cuts. They cannot fall victim to the pandemic. We must hold them up. They are essential workers.
It's absolutely vital that we invest in school libraries and librarians to connect our students with the joy of reading. the skills that will help them through the rest of their life, and the books that will help shape it.
My interest for theater and acting really began with my school library and its collection of plays. And through reading plays, it inspired me to want to be an actor and a writer.
Why do libraries need political action committees?
So every decision, Frank, as far as we know, as far as we can see it, to fund libraries is at its core a political decision. On the school library side, we work all the time on our Save School Librarians initiatives and partnerships like this with the New York City School Librarians Association, because those decisions sometimes need encouragement. They need people to come together and stand up together and say, let's make a good decision for the future of our students. Let's make a good decision for the future of our communities with our public libraries.
Question your school's administration and remind them about the state mandate that all secondary schools require a certified school librarian. Send letters of support to the chancellor's office requesting that adequate funding is provided for school libraries and their programs. Elect officials that have the same vision for education as we do, and continue to celebrate the work of school librarians throughout New York City, so that one day all students will have access to a resource that truly transforms lives. Thank you on behalf of NYCSLA, New York City School Librarians, and our students.